What you learn is, as one of my mentors taught me years ago, you can't afford to be right too soon. I don't like being right, saying that a company has some downsides and the worst is yet to come. I would rather, with you, say there are more opportunities out there than we know what to do with. And the way that we shuffle those opportunities is where business is headed. Your finger closer to the pulse of the customer. Sometimes that includes advisory boards, sometimes that includes opinion panels. There have to be ways where you find and mine that new information. That new strategy is a lot of times just around the corner. And you go in and you do a study, you help them devise a new strategy or something different, and a lot of times just simply going in and dusting off what brought them to the table in the first place. I learned through my experience in politics years ago from my mentor, Lady Bird Johnson, that you've got to constantly show people that this learning curve is commensurate with things they've already known. The one thing you don't want to come in and do and say, what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is not working, you're going to have to change it. I might have said that to Enron had they known how to listen, but they would have never listened to me. Therein is part of it. The ones that listen are really listening to themselves, because the number one trend in business and in creating opportunities to stave off the next recession is going to be in collaborations, partnering, and joint venturing. When you hear about Kinko's and FedEx Express, they didn't merge. They created a partnership where people of different entities can kind of sort of work together sometimes. Sometimes you work together all the time. Which would be an example, one of our corporate sponsors, Shell, has a wonderful program called Ekiva with Texaco, who also has another wonderful collaboration program called Star Enterprise with Saudi Aramco. And people who kind of sort of used to be competitors, or more importantly, didn't know what each other did, have the opportunities to grow and prosper in business. So, and if business is to not only survive but thrive in the coming years, it's going to have to find new and creative ways of working together. And they do exist. Sometimes he or she who champions that and get more and more focus on the group-based dynamic. You know, what is the company? Branding is not one of my favorite words. Branding is a subset of strategy. It does not create strategy. Strategy has to reflect everything below it. Mitch, go back and think through your knowledge base. We all are products of good mentorship. I have a whole chapter about that. That's chapter 9 in the book. But we go back and learn about who we learned the good ideas from. I think you'll find when you go back and inventory, were I doing a full-day workshop, which sometimes I do for corporate world, I ask them to give me the top 10 things they've learned in their business career and how they put them to work and all that kind of stuff. I think you'll find that you have picked up a lot of good ideas from guess who? Yourself. We all learn from formal teachers. We all learn from business people who do things the wrong way. We all should have learned from the economic downturn. We all should have learned from the corporate scandals of a few years ago. And then we learn from ourselves. We just kind of dust off what we learned. And in cultures that are rich and historical, those lessons are all there. Just give them a new little coat of paint, and that's what's going to keep businesses moving forward. It was such an honor to be here. I'm here to honor you and your willingness to go to a next level. There's always a next level. Thank you so much.